Welcome back to Frozen Education. This is Zed. Today we're going to be talking about PROG, Progenity. This video, we're going to dive further into due diligence, technical analysis, and what we can anticipate in the next few days or so. Making this video out of a resource or out of a result of my Twitter polls where Progenity have actually even beat CEI, which is a new thing. Now, if you haven't heard about Progenity before or haven't watched my previous video, Progenity is a biotechnological company innovating in the fields of gastrointestinal health and oral biotherapeutics. Currently, they're trading around 2.10, and this is based on 15 minutes delay. But anyway, we have some new news that was put out on October 13th, 2021. So this company here issued 4 patents related to its ingestible technologies for delivery of therapeutics via gastrointestinal tract, And the USPTO issued the patents number 11007356, ingestible devices for delivery of therapeutics agents to the gastrointestinal tract, and the patent is directed to method and devices for delivery of a therapeutic agent into the gastrointestinal tissue for systematic uptake. Progenity Oral Biotherapeutics Delivery System, OBDS, currently under development and is designed for systematic needle-free delivery of biotherapeutics via ingestible devices. So it's demonstrated ability of OBDS to achieve bioavailability of up to 44% for proteins. Another one here is the USPTO has also issued the US patent number 11033490 for treatment of inflammatory conditions of gastrointestinal tract with a kinase GAK inhibitor, and the patent covers methods of treating ulcerative colitis using an ingestible device that delivers a GAK inhibitor directly into the proximal part of the large intestine. As a part of the GI targeted therapeutics program, Progenity is prepared to initiate early clinical studies of its PGN600 program for target delivery for the proprietary formulation of tofactinib, a GAK inhibitor to the site of disease using Progenity's drug delivery system, also under development. Earlier this year, has a company completed preclinical work with PGN600 demonstrating at least 25 times more tofactinib in colon tissues and less in blood compared to an equivalent standard of an oral dose. And there's also another one here, which is the US patent 11134889, which was also issued relating towards treatment of a disease of the gastrointestinal tract with an SMAD7 inhibitor. And another one as well, 109807739, which is relating towards treatment of a disease of gastrointestinal tract with a chemokine receptor inhibitor. So this gives you an idea on what the massive news today that came in. It might not show you the impact of this one, but relating towards the actual study of PGN600, that is massive as they get to start and initiate this early clinical study ahead of schedule. Now, this actually pushed the stock price a little bit higher during the day, and then currently it kind of free-falled down to around the 210 area. Before moving on forward, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on. Don't forget to drop a like if you actually as well enjoyed this video, and you can join our Discord totally free in the description below. Now, Progenity also closed previously a $20 million direct offering, and that was around $150 per share. So some people weren't actually sure with the offering price. So currently it's trading around 26% premium than the offering price was around $150. Now, in terms of the institutional shares, currently this one has around 39% institutional ownership. There's not any recent activities towards that institutional ownership. And in terms of insiders, they own around 61.72% of the entire company, and there's no recent changes in the last 90 days. Now, in terms of the short interest, around more than 50%, to be specific, 50 to 55% of any given day is going towards the short volume, which is basically between the short volume and the total volume, including the dark pool as well. So the short shares availability currently is 800,000 at a mere 79% short borrow-free rate, which is still considerably high, but volumes have really dropped significantly compared to today versus yesterday. Today we're looking at 138 million in terms of the total number of shares volume traded. Yesterday we're looking at 193 million. It's still not the end of the day, so we still have some chance to get closer to there, but it looks like it dipped a little bit in terms of volume. Now, on the other part is the short interest as a percent of float. E-Trade reports 8.35%. However, FinViz shows 51.22%. If it's 51, that's incredibly high, and it's very easy to trigger a short squeeze, especially with a shares float of 20.98%. But if E-Trade is right, where they have only around 8.35% as the short shares interest as a percentage of the float, that is incredibly low, and you're very unlikely to see such a short squeeze. Let's move on towards technical analysis now. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, what we're seeing here is that the 10 SMA is above the 30 MA. That is a really bullish move since we've seen it the last time. And between the 167 and 142, there's something called the trading action zone, where most positive reversals actually do occur. And in terms of the 80x, what we're seeing here is that we're seeing a very, very strong trend based on the 3360 number, and it's expected to continue on. And that on its own is a bullish thing. Now, the William percent R, which is very similar to the RSI, Relative Strength Index, shows that this one is neither overbought or oversold, sitting somewhere closer to neutral, so that's a good thing. And in terms of the MACD momentum, it's still positive. It looks like it's hitting a little bit of a horizontal line, but nothing going on significantly here, so it's still positive momentum, but seeing a bit of a pullback as we see, kind of give it this horizontal or resistance of the momentum itself. Now, another thing here, which is the stochastic fast and stochastic slow, for the majority of the lines here are pinpointing upwards, suggesting that we might actually see another leg up for this one. And in terms of the Bollinger Bands, we're seeing 218 on the top and 45 cents at the bottom, which suggests that there's a wide array of possibilities of where the stock can have or fall. And this is very similar to what we've seen around this area. You get to see that the stock almost did this exact same pattern. So you got to be very careful, because if it doesn't hold in terms of momentum, this can easily drop down towards the 45 cents as we get to see here. But anyway, moving on towards the Fibonacci retracements, we're seeing some key supports and resistances. The first resistance that got rejected today or around their parts was 236. Then above there was 341, 426, 511, and 632. The support is at 66 cents. Now there is a few supports below there using the price line action, seeing a support at the 208, 202, and then downwards to 174, and then downwards to around 156, going downwards to 137, 125, and then 114, going to 106, and then 95 cents and 86 cents. Resistances though, however, we're able to see a few, such as the resistance at the 217, and then 228, going upwards to around 241, and then 268, around 294, and then 326, going upwards to 339, around 372, and then higher to 397, and it goes all the way up higher to 499. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think is most likely going to happen next? Now, based on what I'm seeing is that this one is really hitting some really strong resistance that really have seen from here. And what we can put in context is that some people who bought around here, didn't sell around here, and just want to break even are starting to sell around here. And so it is coming in a bit more of a complex situation, but if it does break the 250 again, it has a really strong chance to hit the $4. Now, how likely is that? The odds are more in favor of it dropping down and sliding down, but it really does seem that it jumped before without even news, and this one has some good anticipation as well. So all in all, it's a really risky play at this moment. If you bought below the dollar, consider selling some at this point, but nonetheless, I would more hold it rather than buy it at this point. What do you think about this ticker? make sure to mention your man in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.